Hey gentlemen, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for clicking on this video, man. I am so pumped that you are going to spend a few moments with me hearing about the opportunity that is Plexus. This opportunity has absolutely changed my life and the life of my family and is affecting literally generations in my family to come. And so I am really excited that you're here. Before I get started at all, I want to say that Plexus worldwide does not at all guarantee any kind of finances or health results, but it's based on the individual efforts of those ambassadors. So now with the legalese out of the way, my name is Kyle Rainey. I'm a Sapphire ambassador living in beautiful Eugene, Oregon. I'm married to my wife, Cassie. We've been married for 15 years, and we've got 9 kids. That's right. You heard me right. 9 kids, man. Hey, the plan was to have just 2 or 3, but they just kept coming, man. It's a beautiful, amazing circus, and we love it. You know, it's kind of crazy sometimes, but we love it. 3 of our kids have been adopted from China, and so we're just this hodgepodge motley crew family living here in Eugene, Oregon, but we love it, man. So, hey, like I said, I am so ecstatic that you're here. Someone has sent you this link. Someone has put you onto this video because they believe that you have the makeup or the right personality or characteristics to work the business of Plexus, to jump into this opportunity. Or maybe your spouse is in Plexus and you're trying to figure out, like, how do I help her out? How do I support her? Or what is this whole thing even about? Like, catch me up. And so I'm really, really passionate about sharing this opportunity with guys. I want to tell you a little bit about my story, and then we'll get a little bit more into it. 3.5 years ago, my wife and I, 6 years ago, had moved from Texas to Oregon. We were living in Portland, about 2 hours up the road. And I took on a part-time position as an interim pastor. I had a set time I was going to be there to help the church get back on its feet. And then I was also teaching at a local college, and then also had a third job working for a missions organization as one of their speakers. And so, man, we were living the dream, living in beautiful Oregon, moved from Texas. We missed our barbecue, we missed our Mexican food, but hey, you know, Oregon is great. And so we were there, life was good, but honestly, we were making it financially, but just barely. And we had these dreams that we wanted to adopt kids from China. Just always had a heart for that. And then the unthinkable happened. So my time with the church ended, but right at that same time, this college that I was working for came back and said, look, all part-time employees, all part-time professors, we're not asking you to come back because we're having financial issues. And so now that job's gone, right? And now a huge portion of our income is gone. With these 2 jobs ending, I didn't know what to do. And I remember sitting there just thinking, when I got that phone call from my department head, I'm thinking, I can't believe we're going to have to do what I've always feared that we were going to have to do. Now, I grew up in Texas, and I was taught a long time ago, like, you need to take care of your family, you need to provide for them, always have a job, always have something working for you, right? And I always have. I mean, since I was 14 years old, I've had a job, and so this is the first time I'm looking around going, like, I have this other job, but I don't know how we're going to support my family. So we went down and had to apply for welfare. We got on food stamps, we got on government assistance, and it was a real humbling experience for me, and I just felt like this was my lot. I mean, I know a lot of you guys maybe can feel me on this. Like, I'm looking at my wife, looking at my kids, going, "I'm sorry. Like, I'm supposed to be providing for you, and I just can't. I mean, I don't know what's happened. I don't know how this has even happened." I remember thanking God, like, in the middle of the night, just going, "Lord, we just need money to pay rent tomorrow. We need groceries. We need, I mean, you know, our kids need to get, you know, braces. Like, I don't. How are we even going to do that? Like, how is that even going to happen?" And I just wanted an opportunity to just prove myself and to pull my family out of this. And, you know, at one season I just thought, well, this is my lot, man. This is just what life is going to be. I'm one of those statistics. This is what it's going to be. And all the dreams and all the goals and visions I had for my family just started, you know, going to the wayside. The idea of adopting and all that thing just seemed so far away. Whenever your finances struggle, your health struggles, right? The last thing you're thinking about is your health. And I know that a lot of you know what I'm talking about. So with the financial burdens and like being at rock bottom, our health went to rock bottom. I gained so much weight. I was the heaviest I've ever been. And I had no energy. I would come home from working at the time when I lost those other 2 jobs. I went and grabbed 2 other random jobs working on a website company and, you know, like doing security. Like anything I could do to bring in some sort of income I was doing. And I was also working for this other missions agency. But in ministry, you know, it's not a lucrative business. And so we had to sit here and piece everything together and try to figure it out. I remember coming home and one day, and Cassie's just exhausted being with all 5 kids all day. And she said, "Hey, I've come across this thing called Plexus. I know we don't have the money right now, but I really want to look into this." And my wife is a researcher. Many of you have a wife that's a researcher. She's my CEO, man. She's my boss, and she's like, I trust her with everything, right? And so she looks into Plexus, finds out these are amazing products, natural products. They're looking at gut health. And my son, one of my sons, my biological oldest son, he has autism, and so we knew all about leaky gut. We knew all about all the health issues that sit around the gut, and so we had been informed. And so she gets in and she goes, "Hey, honey, look, I want to invest in this. I know we don't have the money, but let's not spend money here. Let's not spend any money here. Let's save, 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 and let's pay for these products." I said, "Okay, I trust you." She gets on the products and just has life-changing results. She has energy. Her autoimmune disorder started going to regressing. I remember coming home from Toronto after speaking at an event, walking into the house, expecting my wife to be exhausted because she's been with 5 kids for like 5 days by herself, and she's up and around like Superwoman, man. Like I'm like, "What's going on?" She's like, "It's these products, man. I got these natural energy. I'm not drinking pots of coffee." I mean, it was incredible. So of course I want to get on the products too, but we can't afford them, right? We can't afford them. And so I remember getting into this and Cassie pulling me aside and said, "Hey, so there's an opportunity for us to get these products paid for." I'm like, "All right, what is it?" She's like, "Well, we can start working the business of Plexus." I was like, "What does that look like?" Because I was an entrepreneur before I got into ministry. I had a business. I mean, I kind of knew what to do in that realms, but I've been in ministry for, at that time 10 years, 11 years, and it's been a long time since I even thought of the idea of a business. And she said, "Well, what's really amazing about this is it's just simply sharing, never selling, just sharing how good we feel, how good I feel." And then I feel like we can get our products paid for, get you on the products, and really have the energy we need for our family. At that time, we weren't thinking of income, we weren't thinking of a career at all. I said, "All right, let's do this, man. How do we do this?" By simply sharing on Facebook and social media. I'm like, "Whoa, okay, so we got to tell people we're doing this?" And she's like, "Yeah, I really believe, but let's not be salesy. Let's not like we're trying to sell something on Craigslist or push something or here's this great sale. Let's just share what's happening." All right, let's do it. So we started putting it out there to our friends and family and to people on Facebook, people in our network that, hey, we're on these products or we're trying these products and man, these things are happening. They're incredible. You would not believe the people who came out of the woodwork who were struggling with the same health issues. They came running to us going, "Hey, let me get a hold of those products." And so, two of the coolest things about this business that I love is that I didn't want to have to stock inventory. Like I've got my man cave, I got my workspace that I like to come home to, and I didn't want a bunch of boxes of products cluttering my area because we couldn't ship them out or we couldn't get them sold. I mean, all the products, you order everything online, shipped directly from the manufacturer. It's fantastic. Secondly, I really didn't want to do parties. I like people and everything, but I like to recharge. I didn't want to be away at an event speaking. I didn't want to be at work working and come home and just have to sit there and be like, "Man, okay, now I've got like 20 strangers in my living room, right? We got to talk and I got to be on, I got to be a host or whatever." Don't have to do that either. So that's what I love about this business, and it was so accidental for us. So we do that for a month, and then all of a sudden our products are paid for. I get on the products. I start losing weight. A lot of my digestive issues started going away, and so it's just been incredible, like an incredible ride. I've been the healthiest I've ever been since college. I mean, it's just been amazing. But what was really cool is by simply sharing these products, sharing about this, and me supporting my wife in this, and her supporting me, that we have now been able in 3.5 years not just to pay for our products but make a career out of this, a life-changing income out of this. Now, some of you you think like $300 or $400 men would like just absolutely blow your family out the water. Like you would just be able to do all the things you want to do. You could pay for sports for your kids to be in. You could go on that vacation. You could save up to remodel the kitchen. I mean, whatever it is can be. And some of you are in that season. Some of you though maybe could benefit from being in a different career path and getting that kind of income in that could be life changing. In 3.5 years, we went from being on welfare now being able to seek out the welfare of other people. And what's really cool about Plexus, and I love this. Now, here's the thing. Let me talk to you as a husband and a father. And I didn't want to be duped. Like I don't want to be swindled. I'm always looking. I'm always wary. I mean, get all these marketing strategies out there. Everything's been bombarding you with like spam emails, and you get on social media and like buy this, you need this, advertisement. I didn't want to be duped. Man, what I love about Plexus is they have so much integrity. I have met the CEO, I have met the president, I have met several top executives, and they are godly men and women who put people first. Man, they put people first, and they have designed a compensation plan. And I know, I mean, we can just talk numbers. We designed a compensation plan. Just let me tell you that 50% of the proceeds, the profits that Plexus gets in from sales every single month goes right back into the pockets of the ambassadors. There aren't companies out there can do that, at least ones that aren't around, but ours are around because they know how to treat people right. They know how to reward the people who are working hard and putting in the investment to putting these products in people's hands. So integrity with people, integrity, a company full of integrity, no inventory and no parties. And see, here's the thing, here's what I really want to talk to you about. You and your family are worth this. Like, I had those nights, man. I mean, just to be really honest with you, I was just struggling going, like, how are we going to make it? I mean, my health is terrible. Our finances are a wreck. I mean, we're on assistance. I don't know how we're going to make it. And man, I felt like that season was never going to end. But I remember being in the beginning of Plexus and really starting to get into working this business. And I remember being really afraid, going, man, what are people going to think? Or, man, what are my guy friends going to be like? "Ah, man, what are you doing? And that's a pyramid scheme. That's a scam and all that. But I was like, man, my family is so worth their criticism. My family, I'm not going to allow my family and my future to be dictated by the opinion of others. Like, I'm just not. And so I wanted to be a provider. I wanted to be a support to my family. I wanted to love my wife well. And so, by getting into Plexus and allowing this opportunity to take hold of my heart, sharing from a passionate thing, it's so funny. We can be so passionate about our sports team. And I'm just a normal dude, too, by the way. Like to hunt, like to fish, love my sports team. My heart is with the Texas Rangers. I love baseball. I'm an old soul like that. But here's the thing, like, we'll know all the statistics in the world and be really passionate about our sports teams and can quote it to all of our guy friends. But at the end of the day, man, that's not paying my bills. At the end of the day, that's not giving me more time with my family. At the end of the day, that's not getting me healthier. And so if I can be as passionate about the Texas Rangers, right, and know who's pitching tomorrow and know what trades they're getting into or whatever, then can't I just be passionate about something that's going to be life-changing for my family? Man, we're just normal people who have stumbled upon an extraordinary opportunity. And I don't want you to be able to miss out on this. And I don't want you to settle for the life that you're in right now. Like, if this season, you're in a season like the season I was in, and you're like, man, this is my lot. I don't know what else to do. Can I tell you, don't settle for that, man. Don't settle for that. Look for opportunities. Look for ways in which to get your family out of this. And I believe Plexus presents a very simple, very effective, and just incredible opportunity for you to be able to get out of that season. Now, there may be different levels, like I said at the beginning, that you want to come into this, and that's great. Maybe your wife has signed up for Plexus, and you're watching this going, man, as a husband, like, how do I do this? How do I support her? Can I tell you what life-changing actions it would be for your wife if you came home from work and was like, hey, honey, I'm going to do dinner. I'm going to put the kids down. I'm going to do baths. I got all that. I'm going to take care of that. Or I'm going to take them to the park and let you have some peace for about 2 hours so that you can think about Plexus, so you can work this business. Can I tell you, that is a great business partner, man. That's your helpmate, man. That's your soulmate that you're allowing her to lead. You're supporting her in that way, and you're cheering her on. That could be life changing for your family. And I get it, man. I remember one of my buddies from Texas says, "What?" Like, when we started really getting successful in Plexus, and my wife was sitting there, just, I mean, she's leading the way, and I'm trying to sign people up too, and try to work this thing. And somebody asked one of my buddies from college, actually, he goes, hey, isn't it weird? Do you think it's weird that your wife makes more money than you? Do you think that's weird? I'm like, it is awesome. It is amazing, man. And I love it. But we work together. We work as a team. And I'm not going to allow the opinion of other people to dictate my happiness, man. So what I love about this is that you can support the business of Plexus in your family by just simply supporting your wife, by loving her well, by sending her your contacts, by sending your guy friends and sending the couples that you come in contact with at your work or the natural rhythms of your life, saying, hey, my wife does this Plexus thing. You need to, let's get together. Let's message, let's whatever. And that's going to be life-changing for you and your wife. You're working the business. Now, maybe you are not in Plexus. Maybe you're thinking about doing this as a couple. I'm going to tell you right now that one of the greatest joys that I've found in Plexus is that I am able to do this with my soulmate, man. I love doing this with Cassie. Like, we have grown so much. We've grown so close together doing this business together, and it's been so much fun to watch each other succeed and achieve so many amazing goals. Another thing that you get with Plexus and is like kind of a band of brothers mentality. Like what I really love about this is that when we came into this business and we started growing this team, what I love is that I got to connect with other husbands, other spouses, other men that are working this business, and we become very, very good friends. We pray for one another, man. We fight for one another. We support one another when things are terrible and hard. We celebrate with each other when things are great. Here just recently, I got to pray with a dear brother that's on my team that has just lost his job, struggling and trying to make this Plexus thing work. I mean, I just love being able to be in the trenches with one another and be able to support one another. And that particular individual, he just messaged me the other day, is like, hey, I just can't tell you what that support means to me, man. I love it, like, cause he fills me, man. He gives me life, I give him life, man. I love it. I love this community we get to be a part of, because we're a part of something bigger than ourselves, and it's incredible. Finally, let me just talk to you a little bit about this, and then I'll wrap this thing up, because I know your time is precious. But whether you are here just to support your wife who's in Plexus and you want to know a little bit more and just be inspired, or kind of hear from another guy, man, I hope you hear my heart in saying that I'm not trying to sell you on anything or get you into anything that's going to not pay off dividends, man. Supporting your wife is amazing. If you want to work this business along with your spouse, I think that's incredible. I think that the two of you are just more powerful together doing this, and that you can impact other people that she can. Thirdly, if you're just by yourself and you're a dude that wants to work this business, can I tell you there's some amazing resources that you can do this. You are worth this. Your family's worth this. And the season you're in does not have to last. Now, you may love your 9 to 5 job, man. You may love it. And that's awesome. Wouldn't you love then, though, to dictate how long you have to work that job? Maybe you can go part-time, or maybe you don't need to put in that overtime hours anymore because you have the income of Plexus coming in, that, man, I can spend more time with my family. I don't have to sit at work all the time. Even though I love my job, I don't have to do it all the time. I can actually put it away and feel feel confident, feel at peace that things are getting done, and that revenue stream, that income is coming in from Plexus, that I don't have to worry about. I don't have to work myself to death in order to provide a living for my family. So you can love your job and still be able to be in this opportunity that is Plexus. Hear me when I tell you this, and hear from my heart, man. I met my wife 16 years ago. We were in a coffee shop, and I was bold enough and probably dumb enough to go up to her and just didn't know any better, but and to talk to her and to introduce myself. Man, she was this beautiful, amazing woman there, just at a coffee shop with a friend, and I couldn't believe I did it, but I actually did it. I was a hot mess. I was an absolute hot mess. Somehow, because God's grace, He allowed me to marry that woman, and it's been the greatest thing of my life. Like, she saved my life. Like, I was a hot mess, and she pulled me out of the fire, man. But here's the thing. I just really believe that God didn't give me Cassie. God didn't give me my beautiful kids. God didn't allow us to adopt 3 children from China and literally change their future. Plex is paying for 2 of those adoptions for me to be away from them most of the week, or most of my life. Man, I didn't marry my soulmate to be away from her all the time. I didn't have kids, so I didn't have to interact with them, or so I couldn't be a part of their lives. I want to coach their basketball team, right? And so do you, right? You want to be at that gymnastics tournament. You want to be at those events in life, because I promise you, your kids and your wife, having you present in those moments, are going to be so much more valuable than anything else you can give them. It's a great gift. And I think Plexus can only help with your health. It can be an amazing stream of revenue and income for your family, but also gives you the time freedom that you've always desired to be with the people that you care about most. This is a lifetime opportunity. Um, I went from literally struggling on welfare now to helping guys seek their welfare and their well-being and get them on track and helping get their goals in place. And can I tell you this, a little secret? Guys are an untapped market for Plexus. Gentlemen, there are so many opportunities to speak to dudes that are in your life, that are on your rhythms, that are on your softball team, that are in your church, that are at your work. I'm telling you, they're out there. And and you'll find in Plexus that it is a female heavy company. That's why probably is doing so amazing. But I love the fact that there's an untapped market of guys out there that who need these products, who need the business opportunity, and would love to find the time freedom too that you and I are seeking out. So hey, thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Thanks for hearing my story. I'm praying that for those of you and gentlemen who are in that season who are struggling, I pray that season doesn't last long. I'm literally going to pray for you today that you are allowed an opportunity, and I pray that it's Plexus, but if not, some sort of opportunity to get out of that season. And just know that, man, hope is right around the corner, and I believe that you're not watching this video by circumstance or serendipity or just random chance. I believe this could possibly be, Plexus, the opportunity could be to get you out of that season and get you into an opportunity of building a legacy with your family for financial, for health, and for time freedom. Hey, gentlemen, thanks so much for hanging out. We'll see you around.